I'm Rae DelBianco, author of Ruvide, bestie, or Rough Animals in English. Rough Animals is about Wyatt Smith, who is 23 years old, has a twin sister, has one eye, and has a ranch where the body of their father is hidden. And when a mysterious young girl shows up on their ranch and kills some cattle, he is forced to embark on a journey throughout the Badlands of Utah to protect the secrets of his family. And on the way, he discovers the violence within himself and within his sister. I grew up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, in the United States. And at the age of 8, I first started competitively raising and showing livestock with goats. And at 14, I founded my own beef cattle operation. My parents had no farming experience, so it was an incredible journey for me, starting from scratch, having to learn myself how to build a fence, how to build a foundation for a shed, as well as how to raise up an animal from 600 pounds to an eventual 1,200 to 1,400 pounds. I think it was the best preparation for writing that I ever could have gotten. Working with the cattle daily, sometimes 6 hours a day in the summer, became an absolute test of how many times you could get knocked down and get back up again. And I learned to love the strength in that, and to see how many times can you be knocked down and continue to persevere. And that absolutely served me well when it came to the difficulty of making a life in writing. When I went to college, I realized, after exploring other career options that might have been an easier path, that writing was the only thing for me. I decided that it was worth the risk, even if it was something that I would lose a home over. And after I graduated, I moved in with my 88-year-old grandmother and pursued writing full time. I was still writing about college, and then finally it hit me that with the books I love, William Faulkner's, Cormac McCarthy's, Truman Capote's Southern Gothic debut novel, that the thing for me was novels that have nature at their heart, nature and survival. And I realized it was time to turn back to my upbringing and write about that. Rough Animals is an exploration of one of my experiences, which is that when I was in college, a teenager back in Bucks County, where I grew up, committed suicide and thus unraveled a number of dark secrets about that community. And I turned my back on that community, learning that. But in Rough Animals, I wanted to explore what happened if you would make the opposite choice. If the people or the family or the person or the place who defined you and who contributed to who you are, if they turned out not to be who you thought they were, would it be possible for you to, instead of leaving as I did, to make the choice to love them anyway, to embrace the dark, to accept the flaws, to accept the complications, and to dive in and embrace and love the world you're in, regardless? It's something I've been thinking about often in the times that we're going through right now, in that there is so much difficulty, some failings, some faults in infrastructure in our society, and also ways in which we're seeing that we can make things far better. And I've been trying to continue embracing that spirit of finding the light within it. I was given the prompt that writing is about discovering things hitherto unseen. Otherwise, there's no point to the process. That's a line from Sebald. And the question is, what did you discover thanks to Rough Animals? My discovery in the process of writing this novel was the gratification that comes from everyday survival. I didn't notice the transition at first when I left the farm and then went to college, until when I'd been there for a month or two, a friend commented on how soft my hands were. And it upset me so much to hear that, because it felt like I was just that far from the farm. And moving on from a life of working off the land to a life of writing novels, in which, not only thematically with the novel, but the actual act itself. When you work hard all day, I've pulled many 14, 16-hour days writing novels. At the end of the day, you close the laptop and you can't see what you've built and you can't see what you've created. And writing this novel and deeply exploring people who are responsible for farming, for hunting, for being advocates of their own survival, made me realize the removal that we have in our modern society. We outsource or automate so many of the factors that keep us alive every day. And in the process, we lose the satisfaction of that. And writing Rough Animals has made me realize that on top of having the life of the mind and the life of working in literature, working in all of the things that we do in the modern age, that what makes us feel truly human, and one thing that I hope to continue to capture in my work, is our ability to be responsible for our own survival. It's something I've jumped into full force. The leather working and the shelf here are things I've built myself since. But to continue to give myself the satisfaction of knowing that I am a surviving animal, I am a competent animal every day, I think is crucial for us to more deeply connect with our world, to more deeply connect with nature and with ourselves. And also, it's crucial in order to keep preserving the nature that we have and the open lands and the nature that define who we are and what we've come from. I think it's the survival and contributing to your own survival is a point of pride, is a point of satisfaction that confronts a lot of the societal norms of what is success, what is happiness, when really we can find it within ourselves each day in what we accomplish. And I'm grateful for that. So Rough Animals was an adventure to write. I hope it's an adventure to read. Thank you all so much for having me. I wish I was able to be there. Italy is extraordinarily near and dear to my heart. I'm of Italian heritage, and I really hope to be over there and get to meet all of you soon. So thank you. Stay healthy. Take care.